A few years ago, I used to be very deep into astrology. I was, I actually did natal charts. I actually made natal charts for other people. And what I used to do is I used to like go online and go on and just type in the person's birth date. And when it comes down to professional astrology, you need the person's exact time of birth in order to do a natal chart. So you don't just need like the month, the day, the year they were born. He had to be like more specific. You need to know the exact time, like the hour and minute they were born, and also which city or country they were born to do like a very accurate natal chart. And I used to do that for a lot of people for a couple of years, and I mean it was interesting. I was like very deep into it. I used to know about trines, sextiles, the different kinds of astrology, tropical astrology, all kind of stuff. It was just so much detail into astrology. It's not, simple. It's like when you get like deep into astrology, it's I mean, there's an actual science to it. And when I was researching it, I mean, even before I got into astrology, I was always into like outer space. I loved astronomy. I loved cosmology. I was a big fan of Stephen Hawking, Carl Sagan, people like that. So I was like very into like the whole astrophysics aspect of it. And then later on, I got more into like the metaphysics of it. Dealing with astrology and a little bit of numerology. Numerology. I never really got deep into numerology, but my focus has always been astrology. But over time, when I started getting into like different kinds of information, astrology seemed like a religion in a sense. Let me explain it to you. It's kind of like it takes power away from you. Because the thing about astrology is it says that you're not really in control. You're not in control of your own destiny. It's like the planets outside of yourself control your destiny, and that's a big contradiction from Luciferian teaching. That's a contradiction from um, atheistic Levian Satanism teaching. That's a contradiction of from different philosophies. Not just realm of the occult, but just basic philosophies, like objectivism and stuff like that. That's a total contradiction because the whole thing is about self empowerment. And I didn't really get anything about self empowerment from astrology because if you're saying like the planets are control of your destiny, motherfucker, you're not in control. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I'm bringing this topic up because Mercury retrograde is coming up, and Mercury retrograde is it starts tomorrow, which is July 25th, and it ends August 18th, 2018. And I've noticed that on social media, all the woke people who are like so-called quote unquote woke, they they either in panic mode or they just Mercury retrograde is coming. Oh no, what I'm saying? It's just like what the fuck, what I'm saying? Yeah, like the devil's after you, and that's the thing. And that's the reason why I kind of like got away from astrology is because it's like how Christians say like the devil, all the bad things that happen in your life is because of the devil. Same thing with people who are into the new age, people who are into who are hippies, people who are black conscious, people, even some witches and Wiccans, the whole woke crowd who on the spiritual tip, They look at Mercury retrograde like, uh-oh, the devil's after us. He's gonna trip us over. Oh no, 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 And it's like, don't you guys know that the things that happen in your life is a result of what you do personally? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's the whole concept of Mercury retrograde is like it's taking responsibility from you. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like all the bad things that happen in your life is because of Mercury retrograde. It has nothing to do with your personal decisions. It's nothing to do with your bad habits, your spending habits. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. It's not, you're not taking personal responsibility for yourself. And I was just looking through different articles, and I was just tripping on this article, and it make it seem like, okay, this month's Mercury retrograde might be as brutal as last. It's the last, and I'm like, come on, people, come on, it's all this fear mongering. It's just getting ridiculous. This month's Mercury retrograde might be as brutal as last one. They got a black woman looking depressed, and you know, it's just the whole victim narrative about you don't have any power. Anything that happens in your life, any bad thing that happens in your life is because of something outside of yourself, and all this kind of stuff. And that's pretty much what how modern astrology is being taught now. It's being taught as like, and it coincides with this whole victim narrative that the liberals and the left are trying to push, that nothing's your fault. All the bad things that happen in your life is because of the white man, because of the government, but also within the spiritual circles, all it's because of the planets. It's because of Mercury retrograde. You know, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but anyway, though, I just making a short video. I just want to get this off my chest, and I just let you know my thoughts on the whole thing about Mercury retrograde, and but like I said, I don't trip about it, because I would say like for the last couple of years, maybe like the last, actually I would say like maybe like the last year and a half, I totally stopped keeping up with the retrogrades. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause, back in the day, man, I used to mark Mercury retrograde on my calendar. You know, you know what I'm saying? Uh-oh, you got the shadow, the shadow part. Then you got the main Mercury retrograde, and then I think after that it's like, I forgot what it was called, but it's kind of like, even before the Mercury retrograde, it's still like a pre-retrograde, and after the retrograde, it's just something else. So to make it like it's really longer than it really is, you know what I'm saying? But that was something about Mercury, but they never talk about, they hardly ever talk about the other planets that go retrograde. You know what I'm saying? You got Saturn retrogrades, Jupiter retrogrades, and stuff like that. But like I said, I'm not really like knocking astrology. I'm not knocking the science itself, but I'm just saying that it's just where I am spiritually, mentally. Is like when I look at it, it's just fear mongering. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, my life's going fine. I could be like right. It could be like right in the middle of a Mercury retrograde, and I don't even notice it. You know what I'm saying? And like my life's going fine, and no troubles. And then somebody might remind me, "Oh, do you know we were like right in the middle of retrograde? We got 3 more days left." I'm like, "Really? I didn't know we were in the retrograde." You know, you know what I'm saying? And everybody tell me about their troubles, and their car broke down, they lost their job, all this kind of stuff. I'm like, "Dang, I didn't know we were in the retrograde." You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but I just give you my thoughts. Peace out.